The San Francisco 49ers have a record of 3 wins and 6 losses thus far in the season. Last week against the Detroit Lions, their big play was a 101-yard kickoff return by James Owens. Took it a yard deep in the end zone, made his way through the crowd, but then on his way to the end zone, pulled up lame, reached for the hamstring, made his way into the end zone, but was lost for the remainder of the day. Late in the ball game, they had a chance to win as DeBerg dropped back. He found Charles Young in the end zone, but the pass went incomplete, and the Lions won the football game. The Green Bay Packers have a record of 3 wins, 5 losses, 1 tie, that with Tampa Bay in overtime. Early in the ball game, Dickey dropped back, and he found Gary Ellis. Ellis then was on his way to the end zone. A pass-run play that covered 69 yards and a touchdown for the Green Bay Packers. Their trouble was all day, though. Bad snaps in deep punt formation like this one by Buddy Idlett over the head of the kicker to the end line for an early safety. The San Francisco 49ers and the Green Bay Packers here today on a beautiful day at sold-out Milwaukee County Stadium. I'm Lindsey Nelson with Sonny Jurgensen. And Sonny, as we all know, the 49ers live for the pass, and they sometimes die for the pass.
I say haven't scored but 1 rushing touchdown in their last 6 games, none in their last 4. I think the big reason for that is the fact they lost Paul Hofer, outstanding halfback.
Well, that's true, and they're into a thing now of who's the starting quarterback each week.
Well, they're getting production out of both DeBerg and Montana. I think the reason now, going back to DeBerg today, they feel that DeBerg might be the better starter and Montana the better reliever coming in, bailing him out.
Green Bay Packers offense seems to have been improving steadily.
I think because of Gary Ellis coming in, since he stepped into the lineup, he's added another dimension for them. And of course, Eddie Lee Ivory feels comfortable at halfback, but you have to go back to their quarterback who was suffering from at the beginning of the year, Lynn Dickey. He lacked in confidence. Now he has confidence, and he's thrown a lot of touchdown passes. He's doing a good job for him.
49ers and Packers, and we're just about set to go. And on this sunny afternoon, dropping back to field the kickoff, Freddie Solomon. And he is paired back there with Linville Elliott. As the 49ers won the toss, elected to receive. Here's Tom Burney with the kickoff. Puts it up high and short. Elliott moves up, hits off his shin at the 20-yard line. Skitters around. I think the 49ers retain possession on a skittish way to open a football game. Back on the 9-yard line, Freddie Solomon had it. The offensive line of the 49ers.
Randy Cross, outstanding guard, number 51. Keep your eye on him. Phil Francis starting at fullback today. He will actually be the fullback. Cooper will be the halfback.
Steve DeBerg, the quarterback, with his stats there. Completion percentage 56.8. Playing with a cast on his left hand. Fractured hand last week against the Detroit Lions. Leave it on the ground. Taken by Eddie Lee Ivory. I beg your pardon, by Phil Francis.
There's the defense. A lot of changes at the linebacker position. Gano, Beakley, Douglas Alleman. They got banged up last week. And, of course, Terry Jones at the nose guard, the secondary, Hood, McCoy, Lucan Gray.
2nd down and 7 yards to go with the ball out at the 12-yard line for the San Francisco 49ers. Green Bay Packers playing a 4-3. Played much of the year in a 34 defense. It's Cooper. Cooper gets it out to the 18-yard line. Mike McCoy from the right corner in to make the tackle for the Green Bay Packers.
Well, it really helped the 49ers, Lindsey, early if they could get something going, running the football, because they have not been able to do it. What have they been averaging? Something like 2.9. The lowest, that was last week against Detroit. Lowest mark of the season for them.
3rd down and a yard to go for the 49ers with the ball at their own 18-yard line. Earl Cooper trying for the 1 yard, and I think he got it. Gotta get him unstacked.
Well, a lot of green shirts and white shirts in that pile. He didn't need much, though.
Jerry Seaman is the referee here this afternoon. Spotting it very carefully.
They're going to bring him in. They want to take a look.
It's that close. It's very, very close.
Here's a team, Lindsey, that's thrown 346 passes in the season. You expect them to really come out winging the ball, and they've run the first 3 plays.
They have. They have the #1 passing attack to the NFC. Got the 1st and 10. Just short of the 20-yard line. Halfback Earl Cooper is the leading receiver in the conference with 52 receptions. In that 4, the Green Bay Packers have Butler, Casey Merrill, Mike Lewis, and Ezra Johnson. And their 43 defense that they've opened with here this afternoon. Steve DeBerg quarterbacking. Leave it on the ground once again to Cooper. Earl Cooper, the rookie from Rice, moves it up to the 30-yard line. Johnny Gray up from his free safety to make the tackle for Bart Starr's Green Bay Packers.
Well, he really got some good blocking that time. Excellent blocking, just a sweep coming back to the tight end side. They were actually running to the strength of the defense too. But you see the blocks right there. John Ayers throwing an excellent block. Cooper, big man, tough man to bring down.
49ers have not yet thrown a forward pass, which may be some kind of a record.
4 straight running plays.
1st and 10, just short of the 30-yard line. Bill Francis ahead of Earl Cooper in the I formation. Francis has the ball. They open up a hole for him, and he speeds through to the 36-yard line before Mike Douglas comes in to make the tackle. A gain of 6 will make it 2nd down and 4 yards to go.
They're kind of telling Green Bay that they do want to run the ball. The fact that they've run 5 straight, but they have 2 tight ends. Eason Ransom also is in there, along with Young. So they're telling them that, look, we're going to go with 2 tight ends, and you're going to have to stop by run first.
2nd down, 4 yards to go. Game having just begun here in Milwaukee. Short drop. Incomplete. Solomon was the intended receiver, and he slipped and was down on one knee as the ball was released.
That's a little quick out play. Good safe throw, and he just slips. Watch him coming off the line of scrimmage here. When he gets ready to turn, he goes down, the ball out in front of him. Would have been a completion.
That makes it 3rd down and 4 yards to go. 49ers at their own 36.
Green Bay had 9 people on the line of scrimmage that last time. Only 2 people back. Mark Lee was in covering. He's playing that cornerback. This time he's covering White out real wide.
Solomon's in a wide left. Dwight Clark is in a wide right. Whistle stops play. Delay of game. They had Don Woods in motion across, but it's a delay penalty. It'll cost them 5. That'll make it 3rd down and 9 yards to go. The ball will be back at the 31-yard line. They started Woods from a wing left across in motion.
That was Dwight Clark who was out wide. And
delay of game, number 17, offense.
Always charge that delay to the quarterback. Huh?
Well, he's the one that's got to spit it out in the huddle.
Clark comes to a wide left this time. Penalty marker at the line of scrimmage. DeBerg up the middle and incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, Charlie Young.
Boy, he had Cooper open that time, too. He didn't pick him up. Little conference there by the officials.
So now Jerry Seaman, the referee, will mark it out.
As Steelers leading the Buccaneers 17-14. Doug Williams has thrown 2 touchdown passes. Take a look at this again. There's the offsides. Got a little anxious.
So that puts it back where it was a moment ago and makes it 3rd down and 4 yards to go on to 36. Sort of an as you were. Bring Freddie Solomon wide to the left side. Got Woods in the wing right. Cooper's the lone setback. DeBerg dropping back. Completes this one. Taken there by Dwight Clark. His 45th reception of the year. He's had 6 touchdown receptions. Mark Lee covering defensively for the Green Bay Packers.
Good pattern that time, a little crossing pattern. Green Bay was in their nickel coverage. They had in 5 defensive backs expecting the pass. Just good execution on San Francisco's part. Watch Clark come across, going back, going through his progression, gets good pass protection this time. Singleton did a good job that time, keeping Johnson off enough for the first down.
It is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Up in an I formation, and it's Cooper off the tailback. 50, 45, stretches out 40, 35. Cooper back to the inside, drops the ball. Cooper dropped the ball, was stripped, and the Green Bay Packers recovered at the 24-yard line. Terry Jones on the ball. Terry Jones right there from the University of Alabama.
He has a touchdown. They were in a 5-1 defense. Caught him in a little blitz, and the block on Hood right here. Look how he's carrying the football. A little loose, he cuts back against the grain, and he's going to score right there, and the ball's just ripped out of his hands. And Jones comes up with it.
Need your help. Is it me or my 1981 Toyota Corolla? Watch. See what I mean? I know Corolla looks like a million, got plenty of style, not to mention a peppy 1.8-liter engine. But I ask you, is it me or my Toyota Corolla?
Give me a ride to the library?
Tell me, was it me or my Toyota Corolla?
What a feeling! Your Corolla! Toyota!
Just in time for Christmas. Save $10 each on 2 favorite Radio Shack electronic games. 2-player football or 2-player baseball. Both cut to $29.95 each. Computerized action games with separate controls for each player. Lighted scoreboard with built-in sound. Challenge a friend or play against the computer. Pitch a no-hitter. Score a touchdown. Be a winner and pocket the savings. Sale price 2-player electronic games. Only at Radio Shack, your Christmas electronic store.
Look at this score, Lindsay. The Giants leading the Cowboys 21-14 in the second period.
Unbelievable. 1st and 10 now for the Green Bay Packers. Lynn Dickey brings them up. Avery and Ellis are the setbacks in an I formation. Eddie Lee Avery off the left side, but he's stacked up. Jimmy Webb was over there.
The Cardinals are leading the Atlanta Falcons 7-0 in the first period.
Cooper's run, by the way, it was Terry Lee who stripped the ball, and or rather Mark Lee who stripped the ball, and Terry Jones who recovered it. That was no gain, so make this 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line for the Green Bay Packers. Andre Thompson out in a wide right. Split the running backs. Bring tight end Kaufman over to the right side. Andre Thompson in motion all the way across. On the ground to Eddie Lee Avery. But there is no corner to turn. Might have lost a yard. Ted Vincent in to make the tackle. Third-year man from Wichita State.
There's that look at the offensive line. Larry McCarron, his 29th birthday today. Happy birthday, Larry.
Also his 103rd consecutive game. James Lofton, of course, fine receiver and a constant threat in the offense of the Green Bay Packers. Thompson goes to the left side this time. They've got Ron Cassidy in there, and they also have Lofton in there. 3 wide receivers. Cassidy's in the wide right. Lofton's in the slot left. Swinging out in the flat. Taken out there by Eddie Lee Avery. Drops the ball. The scramble is on. And the 49ers recovered at the 22-yard line. Archie Reese on the football. So the 49ers, who had it down there a moment ago, get it back.
And both backs had fumbled the ball. Cooper and now Ivory carrying the ball a little loose when they got into a crowd of people changing directions and the ball being stripped from them. Big break for the 49ers.
This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League, and it's intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast At the express written consent of the Green Bay Packers and the National Football League is prohibited. There is no score. We're in the first quarter with 9 minutes, 1 second remaining to be played in the period. The 49ers have the ball first and 10 at the 22-yard line of the Green Bay Packers. Give it to Francis. Phil Francis carried to the 20-yard line for 2. Make it second down and 8 yards to go. It was Mike Douglas, the right outside linebacker, on the tackle. Game time temperature 52 degrees here in Milwaukee, and the wind out of the west at 20 miles per hour. The forecast turning colder in the p.m.
But what a beautiful day for football here.
It's a gorgeous day.
Big opportunity for the 49ers right now, having the ball down on the 20-yard line. They need to come away with this possession with some points.
Clark to the left side, Solomon to the right side. Francis and Cooper in the I formation. The quarterback, Steve DeBerg. DeBerg to Clark. And in his hands and out, incomplete. Covering was Mike McCoy on the corner, but the ball was in the hands briefly of Clark.
And they had a safety blitz on that time. That's why DeBerg had to unload the ball in a hurry, and he had the ball a little high for Clark.
That will make it third down and 8 yards to go.
Watch the blitz come in here as he goes back. He really doesn't get an opportunity to get himself set. You see, he throws the ball off balance. That's what causes him to throw the ball up high. McCoy right there to make the play.
DeBerg fractured his left wrist against Detroit last week, and you can see he's wearing a special splint on that left wrist. Split the running backs. DeBerg. Solomon. Marker goes down.
I think he scored a touchdown.
Scored a touchdown. Called a touchdown. There is a marker. Solomon went up.
He called an audible, Lindsey. You saw the backs move late. He had a bump and run type of coverage.
Pass interference, number 22, decline, touchdown.
Mark Lee on the coverage. The backs moved. He went back. He called the audible. He anticipated the blitz. Good catch. Excellent catch by Solomon for the touchdown.
So the 49ers have taken an early lead, and they have Ray Wersching in to attempt the conversion. He is 20 of 23. Joe Montana's in the hole for him. It's down. Wersching. It's blocked. It is blocked and no good. The conversion is no good. And the score is 6-0. That is the fourth extra point missed by Wersching, and I believe that all four have been blocked.
If anybody appreciates the end of the day, it's a Big A Auto Parts store. Because during the day, no other store works harder to give you quality parts and friendly service. Why, only this morning.
Okay, you need a muffler and a tailpipe? Brakes for a 67 Plymouth? We'll have it here by 11 o'clock.
Yes, ma'am. I can show you how that goes on.
You need 6 gas cans? Yes, we can grind drums. Is it a V8 or a 6?
Quality parts, friendly service. That's Big A, the hard-working auto parts store.
You know, I happen to tell my Allstate agent about how everything I have 2 of.
Hi, Dad.
Like 2 cars, he asked. Maybe Allstate's 2-car discount can save you money on insurance. I compared. Allstate saves me more. I can use the money.
Noah, dinner.
One wife.
Compare. Allstate's multi-car discount may save you more money. You're in good hands with Allstate.
And that's a promise from us, the good hands people.
The conversion attempt blocked here by Mike Lewis. As Ray Wersching boots it.
He slipped right around the center's block to get in there to make that play. And you were right, Lindsey. That is the 4th extra point blocked on San Francisco this year.
That is going to be Ray Wersching kicking it off to Mark Lee. Mark Lee is waiting as Wersching comes forward. Mark Lee takes it at the 7-yard line. He's at the 10 to the 15. Mark Lee to the 20-yard line, 25. Mark Lee to the 30. And he goes out of bounds at the 32-yard line. First down and 10 yards to go. For the Green Bay Packers, the 49ers, having seen their offense score a touchdown for the first time in 2 games last week, 49ers offense did not score. It was the first time after 25 games under Coach Bill Walsh that the offense had not scored a touchdown. They scored, of course, on a 101-yard kickoff return, but that's a special team touchdown. Now Lynn Dickey brings him up. Completion percentage 57.3. 10 touchdowns, 17 interceptions. 3 wide receivers. Lofton's in the wide right. As Lofton out in the right flat, overthrown, incomplete. Hands on hips. Dickey said, whatever happened?
He just let it go too high. I'll tell you, one of the reasons Jim Stuckey got right across in front of him that time, the offensive tackle has got to go out and cut that man down. Greg Cook has got to try to get Stuckey's hands down. He didn't do it that time, and it made him throw the ball too high. The Browns leading the Colts early 7-0. A 5-yard run by Charlie White.
Eddie Lee Ivory's the tailback, and Gary Ellis is the fullback in the alignment for the Green Bay Packers, coached by Bart Starr. Lynn Dickey, Kansas State back, guns it. Incomplete. Interception attempt on the corner.
With Charles Johnson, the ball had to travel, throwing that out to the wide side of the field. The ball has to travel a long way. That time Charles Johnson had an opportunity to get it. Falcons just got a 43-yard field goal by Tim Mazzetti.
3rd down and 10 yards to go. Wide receivers left and right. Slot left is Lofton. Then Dickey. And Lofton has it complete. He's at the 46-yard line for a 1st and 10. Scott Hilton made the tackle.
And Lindsey with that catch. James Lofton has moved into 9th place on the Packer all-time receiving list. Excellent throw right here. 3rd and long. We had the ball there real early for Lofton. If he'd waited any longer, defender may have been able to make a play on it. Scott Hilton making the play.
1st down, 10 yards to go. This is Ellis. Ellis to the 47-yard line of the 49ers. Totola in to make the tackle. Gary Totola.
They've gone to the 34 defense. With the 34, their 2 inside linebackers, Scott Hilton, Terry Totola. Outside, Leopold and Harper.
2nd down and about 3 yards to go. You look at the defense deploy for the 49ers. Snap is fumbled. The ball is loose. Scramble is on, and the Green Bay Packers retain possession.
That thing stayed down there a long time.
Leotis Harris on the football. Right guard.
Lost the handle. You would think that would never happen. The exchange between center and quarterback as many times as they practice it. When the center has a man on his nose, it's a little different. The ball comes up short sometimes. You see Harris pulling right here. He was going to lead the play, and very alertly he comes back and makes a recovery.
Loss of 2 makes it 3rd and 5 at the 49. Tight end Paul Kaufman outside left in motion. And Dickey pumps once, keeps the ball. Well, he still got the ball. And he is dropped at the 50-yard line by Jim Stuckey. A loss of a yard will make it 4th and 6 and bring the punting unit on, led out there by David Beverly, 7-year man from Auburn, who has averaged 38.7 yards per punt. Dwight Hicks is dropping back for the 49ers, being joined by Freddie Solomon.
And the Green Bay Packers put a lot of excitement in punt formation last week.
Ken Brown has been signed to make the snap. Now, Ken Brown has joined the team and is there to make the snap in punt formation. He's with Denver last year. He's been with a lot of people. Solomon at the 15-yard line. Stopped abruptly at the 21-yard line by Harlan Huckabee of the special teams. Beverly's punt was 35 yards. And so now, the 49ers get the ball, but they get it at their own 21-yard line. 1st down and 10 yards to go.
Introducing a small wonder, the new Toyota Starlet. Born small to solve big problems. Born small to deliver more miles per gallon of gas than any other car, and designed to help beat higher maintenance costs. the very new Toyota Starlet. Born small. In fact, it just may be the first small wonder of the world.
Oh, what a feeling.
Starlet.
Toyota. Alcoa can't wait.
If you've ever wondered how something so big got off the ground, part of the answer is light, strong aluminum. Aluminum's high strength and light weight made modern aviation possible. Aluminum is important to most forms of transportation because taking the weight off planes and trucks, and now cars, saves fuel. Aluminum in transportation can be an energy saver today.
We can't wait for tomorrow. Alcoa can't wait.
Tonight, who shot JR?
I figured you did it.
I wanted to.
Nobody ever beats old JR.
Part 2 of the season premiere of Dallas, tonight.
Did you know that the first 3 #1 draft choices of 49ers in the NFL are in the Hall of Fame?
And would you look at that score?
Nomalini,
Giants,
Kittle, and McElhinney.
28.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line. That's Clark on a slant in at the 29-yard line. Mike McCoy on the tackle.
The same play they ran earlier when Green Bay blitzed him, and you can see when DeBerg got set, he made a good throw, and they got an easy completion.
Second down and 2 yards to go at the 29-yard line for the 49ers, who are leading by a score of 6-0, and we have 4 minutes 47 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
And Jim Hart and the Cardinals are rolling. They're leading Atlanta 14-3. Hart hit Pat Tilley with a 50-yarder.
Francis and Cooper in the I formation. Francis. Penalty marker on the play.
I think we had a little movement by the defensive club that time. 49ers must be changing their cadence a little bit, going on a different count.
Offsides indicated against the Green Bay Packers.
Offside. Defense. Decline. First down.
First out.
Adequately explained. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, had a couple of people moving. Those outside people move when they see movement inside.
Here comes Cooper. Tight ropes for a little extra yardage as he got up there to the 47-yard line before Estes Hood forced him out. But there is a marker trailing him.
This is the same play he had the big run on when he fumbled. Figure they'd go back to the well this time and say, and it's going to be called back. See if they could get him a hold on to it that time. They had great success with it the first time they ran that play. See if we can pick out the holding. We don't know exactly who it is on. If I had to pick somebody, I'm going to pick Ron Singleton.
Holding number 48. Offense.
Well, it was Francis trying to block on Ezra Johnson. Singleton's usually lined up across in front of him, but he went inside for a linebacker. I'm sorry, Ron. I didn't mean to pick you out.
First down and 20 yards to go. DeBerg. And it is completed up across the 30-yard line. Brady Solomon, the receiver, as you see DeBerg.
Boy, DeBerg made an excellent throw that time because he was under a lot of heat from Terry Jones. Take a look from the end zone here. You see Jones coming in, and he's right in the face of DeBerg. DeBerg has to throw the ball going back. Very smart thing that Solomon did that time, coming back to meet the football. And what about this? What happened to my Redskins? 35-0. Vince Evans has thrown 3 touchdown passes in that game.
Second down and a yard to go at the 34 for the 49ers. Cooper's got the ball. Just about gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Boy, Butler had a hand on him as soon as the handoff was made. Butler defeated his block, jumped to the outside. Yes, he did. Look at him. He's got a hand on him. He can't quite get him down. But a lot of green shirts get around him in a hurry.
To make it 3rd down and 2 now at the 33-yard line.
Pittsburgh leading Tampa Bay now, 24-14. Bradshaw's thumb must not be causing any problems. Just threw a 23-yarder to Lynn Swan.
Forgot about the penalty. Make it 3rd down and 12. And there is an injury, and that is Phil Francis, who is down. Phil Francis is down, and he's getting attention to the training.
Our family has owned Oldsmobiles in the past, and we loved them. So I wrote Oldsmobile that, and they asked us to drive the 1981 Delta 88. What a family car. Comfort for all of us. And this standard V6 is a real miser. This is the family car that didn't forget the family. The new Delta 88.
We've had one built for you.
Wish I had an hour to tell you about it.
Oldsmobile.
Now, Zenith System 3 is more. The PRP circuit. For more picture detail. More picture sharpness. 25% more. 4 speakers for more sound. Built-in cable tuning for access to more channels. 105 channels. Zenith System 3. We're moving television into the future.
Next Saturday, see NASCAR's champion crowned at the LA Times 500, and the battle of the NFL cheerleaders continues. Next Saturday, 4:30 Eastern on the CBS Sports Spectacular.
Dallas comes right back and scores their second touchdown. 58-yard pass from Danny White to Ron Springs. 28-21 now.
Right here, the 49ers are leading by a score of 6-0. 3 minutes, 5 seconds left to play in the first quarter. 3rd down, 12 yards to go for the 49ers. They have the ball at their own 33-yard line. Green Bay Packers with the nickel defense in now in expectation of Steve DeBerg going to the air. 49ers, the #1 passing attack in the NFC.
Well, coming into this game, they'd thrown 13 more passes than San Diego. You'd never think that, would you? 346 throws coming into this thing. Some kind of delay. Looks like it's something to do with the clock or something.
I would think so. Something to do with the timing apparatus, I would presume. That is the usual case. Jerry Seaman, the referee. Frank Sinkovich is the umpire. Leo Miles, the head linesman. Ron Botchin is the line judge. Paul Betts, the back judge. Bill Quimby, the side judge.
Reset. Actually, it is 3:13. The line judge will hold his clock. Clock operator hold for 8 seconds as well. Thank you.
All right.
There you go.
It's okay to me.
Hold for 8 seconds.
Clock would start on the snap, except they'll hold it here. DeBerg brings them up. Steve DeBerg. And it's complete. Taken by Linville Elliott. And he gets it up to the 45-yard line, a 1st and 10 as the 49ers move into Green Bay territory. Johnny Gray on the stop.
Well, they beat the nickel defense. They throw underneath, and they get a good pattern by Linville Elliott. He comes out. He actually just checks down. He stayed in the block, just checked down. They let him go, took their eye off of him. But they had 12, 13 yards to go, and they pick up a 1st down on this play.
Spotted short of the 45-yard line. 49ers in Green Bay territory. Clock is running now with 2:25 remaining in the first quarter. DeBerg going long.
He caught it.
Caught it right at the goal line. Freddie Solomon with his second circus catch of the day. Mark Lee was covering. It's going to be marked just short of the goal line.
The amazing thing about this catch, we can't tell it from here, but he is looking back right into the sun. DeBerg gets excellent protection. And look at the throw he makes, and you see the coverage isn't that bad. Lee just got his hand up just a second too late. Another big catch by Solomon.
So it's 1st down and goal to go for the 49ers. came into this game having lost 6 in a row. They've got Cooper and Elliott. Cooper's in the up back spot. Elliott is the tailback. Cooper, touchdown. 49, I beg your pardon, Elliott took it in. Elliott took it in for the touchdown. So the 49ers.
Well, Elliott has made
again.
2 big plays in this drive. One on the reception, and he comes right back, finds a little daylight, sneaks in, gets into the end zone.
49ers with a conversion attempt coming now. The first one was blocked. Montana's in the hole for Wersching. This one is up and it's good. So as they come back up the field, the San Francisco 49ers are leading the Green Bay Packers by a score of 13-0. 1 minute 26 seconds remaining to be played in the first quarter here at County Stadium in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
That's their first rushing touchdown since October 5th. What a long time between rushing touchdowns, huh? But you know, this doesn't look like an 0-6 team right now. They're 3-6, but they have lost their last 6. If they come in here with a lot of offensive power, and you take a look at their schedule, and you can understand why. When they had to go from Atlanta, LA, Dallas, LA, Tampa Bay, and Detroit, they have played some tough football teams.
Well, it's teed up on the 35-yard line, and Mark Lee has retreated to receive the kickoff for the Green Bay Packers. Ray Wersching, of course, will kick it.
Mark Lee has had his hands full of Freddie Solomon already here in the first half. He's been beaten on 2 big passes.
Wersching send over and kick. Mark Lee chases it over at the 9-yard line. He has it to the 10 to the 15 to the 20. Bopped as he crossed the 25-yard line. It was Keena Turner on the tackle.
Did you say Tina Turner or Keena Turner?
I better have said Keena. First and 10, and the ball is at the 26-yard line.
Not only can he dance and sing, but he can tackle, huh?
Can he, though?
Well, Green Bay, last time they had the ball, they stopped themselves. See what they can do offensively now.
Ivory and Ellis are the setbacks for Lynn Dickey. Lynn Dickey has the ball. And he punts it complete. Lofton has it across the 45. Charles Johnson made the tackle. First and 10 for the Green Bay Packers.
Difficult throw that time. You don't realize how difficult that is because Lofton hooks up at about 15, 20 yards, and you have to throw the ball before he has made his break. The ball's already delivered, and he's just turning around. If you wait for him to turn around before you throw it, the defender has a chance to recover. You see he fumbled, but the ball was already down, a first down for the Pack.
At the 47-yard line of the Pack. This is Eddie Lee Ivory. He got about a yard. Scott Hilton, the middle linebacker, made the tackle for the 49ers.
Eddie Lee Ivory, Pepper Rogers, his coach at Georgia Tech, said he's the best he's ever coached.
Missed his first year with a knee injury with the Green Bay Packers.
What he rushed for one year against the Air Force, 356 yards. It's like a season for most people.
As a whistle, and sounds the end of the quarter. Time has run out in this period. The gun finally sounds as well. But the first quarter has ended.
Simple evolution. After 9 years, the Honda Civic has grown a trunk and 2 more doors, plus a lot of other simple features you'd expect to find in a roomy and comfortable sedan. But because it's a Honda, you also get incredible gas mileage. The Honda Civic 4-door sedan, it's simple evolution.
Honda, we make it simple.
You take 1,000 hearts up here with you. Make them skip a beat. time for the best tasting beer you can find.
If you've got the time,
Miller High Life.
we've got the beer.
America's quality beer since 1855.
Miller tastes too good to hurry through. When it's time to relax, one beer stands clear. If you've got the time, we've got the beer. Miller beer.
The NFL on CBS. Today's game is sponsored by Honda. We're kicking off our season with an all-pro lineup of cars. Honda, we make it simple. And by the Miller Brewing Company, brewers of Miller High Life. If you've got the time, we've got the beer.
This is Lindsey Nelson with Sonny Jurgensen in Milwaukee as we start the second quarter with the 49ers leading 13-0. Second down and 8 yards to go for the Pack. They have the ball at their own 48-yard line. Len Dickey retreating towards the screen left, taken by Ellis. And Ellis moves it across to the 46-yard line before Willie Harper, left outside linebacker, brought him down.
Oh, what an excellent play Harper made then, Lindsey. He had to go through the block of Larry McCarron. They had a blitz on, you see, Totolo and Hilton going in on the blitz. They had a good play call for it, but you see him, he goes right, he pushes McCarron and goes over the top and makes the tackle. It could have been a bigger play for the Pack.
Third down and 3 yards to go for the Packers, now outside the 45-yard line of the 49ers. Quick pitch to Ellis. He's got the first down and more to the 38-yard line. First and 10 for the Green Bay Packers. Jim Stuckey, the rookie from Clemson, made the tackle.
Boy, good strong running by Gary Ellis this time. 216 pounds. He starts a little early, but he's allowed to do that. Gets good blocking up front. Great Cook, Leotis Harris, and just powers his way for the first down.
They make it a first and 10 inside the 38-yard line of the 49ers. 49ers ranked next to last in defense among the 28 NFL teams, having allowed 387.7 yards per game. Only New Orleans has allowed more yardage. Now quick pitch back. Flea flicker, and Lofton can't hold it. In the end zone, Lofton could not hold it. The flea flicker.
And it worked. Everything worked. But I think he's indicating that actually the sun, he is looking dead back into the sun. You see the lateral back. Perfect play call. You see how far he's behind everybody, but he's looking right in the sun. An easy catch for somebody the caliber of a James Lofton. Say, when a receiver comes back to you like that, it's that good and has just dropped one. He used to always try to go back to the receiver right then to get his confidence back. You don't want to go away from it. I'd try to find Charlie Taylor in a hurry.
Second down and 10 yards to go. The ball at the 38-yard line. Dickey over the middle and a diving catch at the 31-yard line. Bill Larson in there at the tight end, 4-year man from Colorado State. It's not a first down.
That's his second catch, and his only other catch was a touchdown.
It'll be third and a long 3 here at the 31-yard line for the Green Bay Packers. Send Lofton out to the right side. Bring Andre Thompson to the left side. Ellis on the left side, Ivory on the right side for Len Dickey. Ivory. I think he lost a foot. Archie Reese in to make the tackle. 3-year man from Clemson.
Yes, he did. He made an excellent play that time, knifing through, making the play in the backfield. And of course, the fans are hollering, go for it. Looks like they're going to punt this thing away. They're down on the 32-yard line, and they're going to try to punt deep. Keep the 49ers backed up. Maybe we have a fake here. Good place for a fake trailing in a football game.
They've David Beverly, the punter, in there holding the towel, but also Bernie's in there. Beverly holds for him.
There you go.
So Bernie, who is only 1 for 4 in the field goal department since joining the Packers, will attempt a 50-yarder. He's a left footer. Tom Bernie's 50-yard attempt is good. It just got over. It just got over, and it's good. A 50-yarder for Bernie.
If it's 51, he doesn't make it.
Well, that may have been Bernie's trouble. He's been kicking from up too close.
What a great kick.
And in this room, Ben Franklin penned the eternal truth. A penny saved is a penny earned.
Excuse me. At Shearson Loeb Rhodes, we don't agree.
Shearson Loeb Rhodes?
One of America's leading investment firms.
Claire.
No, this is important, Roger. With today's inflation, that penny might do better in a Shearson-managed investment program.
Yeah, but who can make sense out of a dollar these days?
The answer is Shearson.
Picard?
When the question is money, the answer is Shearson.
This man leads the good life. He puts on his bow tie, he puts on his tuxedo, and then he puts on his Accord LX, our most luxurious Honda, with features like variable assist power steering, digital clock, and air conditioning as standard, with plush seats and deep pile carpeting. So, for people who lead the good life, the car that leads the simple life.
Honda, we make it simple.
I think Bart Starr can determine from this kick what Tom Bernie's range is. So take a look at it. It just gets over, just clears. And is he happy about it? And he should be.
So it's 13-3, and Bernie will kick off now. And Freddie Solomon is deep with Linville Elliott to field it for the San Francisco 49ers. The left footer puts it up. Linville Elliott at the 7-yard line to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. And Elliott's onto the 25-yard line, so it'll be first down and 10 yards to go there. Brian Cabral just added to the Packers squad, made the tackle.
Well, I thought Beverly was coming. You see their scoring drive there, but I thought Beverly was coming in to kick that ball down deep, and it did look like a good place because you didn't expect him to kick the thing. You expected maybe a fake or some kind of gadget play, but he is the holder.
So it is first and 10 now for the 49ers with the ball at their own 25. We have 11 minutes, 36 seconds left to play in the first half.
Rick Danmeyer kicked a 27-yard field goal. Minnesota's leading Detroit 3-0.
Steve DeBerg completes the pass to Clark, and Dwight Clark races upfield. Stepped out of bounds at the 46-yard line. First and 10 for the 49ers. Mike Douglas made the tackle.
Little crossing pattern underneath. Dwight Clark always doesn't have great speed. Runs good patterns. You see how open he is. He came across way underneath Douglas. Douglas has to chase him down. Good for 20 yards.
Dwight Clark shares the NFC lead in touchdown passes caught. He, Willie Miller of the Rams, Junior Miller of the Falcons have all caught 6 touchdown passes.
Oh, when he was at Clemson, Steve Fuller and Jerry Butler were getting all the pub, and Clark has done the good job for the 49ers.
Leave it inside and move it across the 50-yard line as Don Woods carried the ball. Mike Lewis in to make the tackle for the Green Bay Packers. Don Woods was picked up as a running back by the 49ers after Hofer went out with an injury. A blow to their offense, especially on the ground, and as far as that's concerned, special teams, Paul Hofer.
Boy, he could do it all for you. Great receiver, good tough runner, leader of that offensive team. They definitely have missed him.
Well, Woods dribbles it once, but he's got it and gets back up to the 50. Just across as he's dropped there. Steve Luke made the stop.
Lost the handle on it in a hurry, didn't he? Bad exchange. You know, a new back coming to a team like this, he has to get used to the quarterbacks, how they take the ball. Each team has a different way of taking it, whether you're going to have an elbow up, stick it in a pocket, or have both hands down, and every back is different. Every back likes it a different way. 3rd and 5 at the 49-yard line.
Third down play now for the 49ers.
Calling an audible again.
DeBerg going long. It's Clark incomplete. Dwight Clark.
I thought he had it for a second. Another good throw by DeBerg. He was right on the money here. This is unusual. We mentioned Clark didn't have great speed, but he runs good pattern runner, and you see they had him double covered, but McCoy was short on him, and he kind of, look at him drifting right here, and the ball is to his right, and he's drifting to the left. If he had run on a straight line, I think he would have caught it.
Jim Miller back to do the punting. It is high and short. Fair catch signal goes up and is made at the 22-yard line. So that is where they will start. Ron Cassidy made the catch, and it'll be the Green Bay Packers with the ball. 1st and 10. They have it in their own territory. 9:51 remaining to be played in the first half.
At JCPenney Auto Centers, we won't give you the business because we want to keep your business.
They didn't sell me the JCPenney battery. They said the 4-year battery was powerful enough for my car. It was.
I thought I needed new shock absorbers. They told me my tires were too hard.
I came in for ordinary radials. I came out with new Mileage Maker XP all-season steel-belted radials. They steered me right.
JCPenney Auto Centers, we won't steer you wrong.
Before the station wagon became a station wagon, it had to be something a lot more. It had to be a Mercedes-Benz. Mercedes-Benz didn't invent the station wagon. They just raised it up to Mercedes-Benz standards. Mercedes-Benz, engineered like no other car in the world.
Ricky Schroeder is a boy caught in the middle between the father he loves so much and the mother who wants him back. John Voight and Faye Dunaway star in The Champ, Monday night.